everyone. So there is a lot of rumors, and there will continue to be rumors between now and the trade deadline on the potential of Zach Lavine, DeMar DeRozan. If the Clippers continue to struggle, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. It's the Lakers, right? Anytime that there is a star or a player that is of significance, the Lakers are going to be attached to it. Now, if the Lakers trade for Zach Lavine, then they're pretty much only going to be able to get Zach Lavine, and that's probably where it ends, just simply on the fact of how much Zach Lavine makes, how much his contract is, over $40 million, where DeMar DeRozan is much more manageable, much more reasonable. And so if they were to go make a trade for like a DeMar DeRozan, they still could make other moves if need be. Also depends on just the cost of DeMar DeRozan. If they have to give up basically all of their assets to get him, well, then that's where the buck stops. But one of the trades that kind of still has that lasting what if, right? I love the trade that we got for Russell Westbrook and getting Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, man, Malik Beasley, not so much, right? That ended up kind of not working out for us, but D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt have been fantastic for us. I know a lot of people are disappointed with D'Angelo Russell in the Denver series, but still, right? It makes you wonder, like, what would have happened if we would have gotten Miles Turner, if we would have gotten Buddy Hield, right? Like, would we have still advanced as far, and would we have beaten the Denver Nuggets? A lot of people think, yes, we would have. Unfortunately, Indiana playing great basketball, right? The number one offense of the league. They are just cruising, and I don't see the possibility of getting Buddy Hield and Miles Turner as a real possibility anymore, at least this year. Maybe next year it could be a point of discussion because Miles Turner will be going into his last year of that contract. If they're not able to kind of renegotiate a new contract, well, then that could arise of like, hey, maybe the Lakers could go and acquire Miles Turner. But it also, again, depends on if the Lakers have sold the farm or not between now and then. So time will tell. But don't hold your breath. Don't get your hopes up on Miles Turner. That's Miles Turner. Now, Buddy Hield is available. And Buddy Hield, they are unable to work a new contract, and so they're being patient in a potential trade. Now, again, Indiana, they're playing excellent basketball, but more likely than not, they're going to look to try to trade Buddy Hield. They tried to do it before the season began, but no one was really biting, and it makes sense, right? Like, Buddy Hield is excellent shooter. He's one of the best shooters in the league, high volume guy. He could help most teams in the league. But one, he's worth $18 million right now. And on top of that, Indiana Pacers don't want to just give him away. They want to get something, and they're trying to get a first and things like that. But once you get to the trade deadline, all of that kind of changes. Once they get to the point where it's like, okay, we're going to probably lose him for nothing if we don't trade him, that's where the value could be for teams such as the Lakers. And that could be a play for the Lakers. Again, if the Lakers go and get Zach Lavine, you could forget Buddy Hield. But if they were to get, say, DeMar DeRozan and like Andre Drummond, I still want Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, and Andre Drummond. Alex Caruso, I think, is going to be really tough for the Lakers to get because pretty much every team in the league is going to be trying to get, well, every contending team or playoff team is going to be trying to get Alex Caruso. So it just becomes a bidding war that the Lakers might not even be worth the Lakers to get into. And I also don't think they'll be able to get a Alex Caruso straight up. Like, I think the only way to do it is to kind of package it, right, with DeMar DeRozan. You basically give something like a D'Lo, a Rui, and then throw in like a JHS and like a Maxwell Lewis and then a first, something like that, to where it's like, you know, we don't have the draft picks, but we have the players to give you, so to speak. But let's say the Lakers just trade for DeMar DeRozan and again, maybe like an Andre Drummond or something like that. Well, the Lakers would still be able to go and get a Buddy Hield, right? Like, let's say they don't want D'Lo or they don't want Reeves, they want Rui, right? Let's say that the Chicago Bulls are like, hey, you know, we don't really have a need for D'Lo. You keep D'Lo. Reeves, we'd love Reeves, but maybe Lakers don't want to give Reeves. That's how it looks. Well, let's say you trade Rui and like Gabe Vincent or something like that, right? And you go get a DeMar DeRozan. Well, then you could go trade maybe like a D'Lo and like a Maxwell Lewis or a JHS or something like that to go get a Buddy Hield. again, even if you do, like, let's say you do trade D'Lo and Rui, and you end up getting several pieces, right? Well, then you could still package Gabe Vincent with some of the young guys, and maybe you have to throw in like a Taurean Prince or something like that. But like, let's say you do like a Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, and like a Maxwell Lewis, right? And you could go get a Buddy Hield. I mean, theoretically, again, this is just a fun video, speculation, just having good conversation. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, but it is theoretically possible for them to go and trade and get Buddy Hield, also get DeMar DeRozan, and maybe even Alex Caruso or an Andre Drummond. Because one of the big concerns, obviously, is like the Lakers' three-point shooting. Now, I wouldn't hate if the Lakers did just go get Buddy Hield by himself, right? He's the guy that's like been a Laker 10 different times. It never actually went through and finalized. Right? He was primed, ready to go. The deal was done with Sacramento for the Lakers to go get him, and then the Lakers decided to go trade for Russell Westbrook. So it would be kind of funny and ironic if Buddy Hield and DeMar DeRozan both became Lakers when they both could have been Lakers a couple years ago. That would have been pretty, kind of like that full circle moment. Now, again, a lot of legwork, a lot of different things that have to go to get there. But if Buddy Hield wants to be a Laker, which it seems like he has in the past, but does he kind of feel slighted now? Does he kind of feel like, hey, you had your opportunity to get me and you didn't. You went another direction. Now you want me, right? But if he's willing to kind of sign a newer deal with the Lakers, I'm not worried about DeMar doing that. I might even just break down these two individually in a later video because I kind of want to keep this more focused on Buddy Hield. But if you could find a way to land both of these, I think that'd help a lot, right? Have Buddy Hield off the bench as just like a high-volume shooter, a high-volume scorer. I think that could be very important, very significant. Now, Buddy Hield isn't going to just be the cure-all for the Lakers shooting. Right, and it's one of the reasons, like, I understand people are like, oh, the concern about DeMar is he doesn't shoot threes and whatnot. Like, how much do we really know that? I mean, the guy averages like 2 a game for his career, and his best year, he shot like 3.5, and he shot like 36%. So we don't know for certain if he can't shoot threes. He just doesn't. Right? There's a big difference because he's more willing to take the better percentage shot for him, right? Like, he's efficient, and he is efficient because he knocks down 2. But he's even said, I can knock down the 3 ball, I just choose not to. And he hits a lot of like deep 2s that are basically 3s. He just got to take like a couple inches back. But I do understand that, but there's more to floor spacing than just shooting 3s, right? And Buddy Hield would be great, right? He's, again, one of the best 3-point shooters in the entire league, but he's not gonna take us from like terrible 3-point shooting team by himself, make us one of the best, if not the best in the league, right? That's just not gonna happen. So, but if he is kind of like and we got Buddy Hield type move, I don't hate it, right? Like, if the Lakers could go and make a move, even if it's not for like DeMar, and even if it's not like a Chicago deal, right? Like, let's say we go and get like a Valanciunas or something like that. Just go get a big body center, which the Lakers need, and then go and try to trade for a Buddy Hield, right? You end up with Buddy Hield and Valanciunas, and you don't have to give up like a D'Lo and a Reeves. Like, maybe you lose Rui in the process. But if you could do something like that, where you're putting a package of like, say, Taurean Prince, Gabe Vincent, and Rui Hachimura as like the pieces to go and get Buddy Hield and Valanciunas. Maybe you get another piece somewhere along the way too. I don't hate that. Like, I do. I like that idea, and I do think that would definitely make us better. Give us like a big body center, gives us an elite 3-point shooter, high volume shooter, which is what we need. Because the Lakers can't, like, Lakers have several guys that can shoot threes. The problem is they don't have like a shooter. Right? They have like there's a big difference between a guy that is capable of knocking threes down at a 40%. There's another thing than a guy like Buddy Hield who is a shooter. Like, that's his specialty, right? That's what he does best. He's high volume, can knock it down at an efficient clip. Like, that would be more than welcome by the Lakers. There's also the concern that he just completely forgets to shoot threes, right? Because that just seems to be the trend. But anyway, it's just, again, just kind of a thought. I may do a video independently on specifically pairing DeMar and Buddy Hield in a potential trade. Maybe break it more down and more in depth. But let me know if you'd want to see that kind of video. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested to. I know not everyone likes the trades and stuff like that, but they're fun to talk about, right? It's fun to just dive into whether they happen or not. And that's what it's about. Having fun, having conversations, all that jazz. But anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.